All right, here's a question. How different do you think your life would be if you knew what you know now as a teenager? Our next guest has gathered letters from a wide range of women, girls, and a few men as well, and in hopes that girls can gain that confidence they need to be successful women. Please welcome Donna Orender. A pleasure to have you here this morning.
I'm so honored to be here with both of you. Thank you.
We are honored to have you. Are you kidding me? Your resume reads like, as I just said, a CEO of all things in life. And man, we all need to read this book of anybody of any age.
I agree. I would say this. My mom, who's 81, said to me, I'm reading the book and I'm crying every night. I'm like, why are you crying? She goes, it is so meaningful to me, these stories. And then she calls her friends and said, you need to read this story. And it's wonderful. And then we get these letters from young girls who are now also writing letters to their future selves as well.
Good. Because, you know, we were talking about what we would say to our younger selves. My biggest one for sure is, it's gonna be okay. You'll be just fine. And there's so many, you're so unsure about yourself. You're going through changes, and you're fine. You'll be okay.
Right. Yeah. So people ask, like, why? What do you want to leave with this book? And there are three things. One, want to let girls know they're not alone. We all feel alone in our own stories, in our mess or whatever, but when you read this, you know that you're not alone. And the importance of storytelling and sharing is incredibly important. And then you led. I want girls not to have to say, I wish I would have known. Yeah. And then the last thing is, I've read it like 19 times. And listen, I'm looking forward to 20. Every time I put it down, it gives me comfort. It lets me know that I can do this thing called life.
Well, we all feel like we can't measure up. And we felt like that growing up. I can't even imagine. I always say this. The pressures that kids feel today with social media, it used to just be within your neighborhood or within your classroom. Now it's times infinity as everybody's exposed to everybody else's wonderful experiences and filters and whatever it is that we feel like we can't measure up academically, physically. So what's some of the things that you took from gathering these stories?
Well, you know, this is based on a program called Generation Wow. It's a mentorship program where we bring the leaders of tomorrow together with the leaders of today. And what we wanted to touch on all the really essential things that we talk about: resilience, right? We talk about leadership. We talk about self-care, nutrition, and food. We talk about giving back. I really find that in this day and age where we're so contained here, the ability to live here takes us outside of ourselves. So we teach girls about community service. We teach about finding projects where they can give to somebody else, and that is so, not only opens your mind, opens your heart. Interestingly enough, some of the statistics are concerning. Only 1 in 5 girls believe they have the qualities to be a good leader. And how can that be, right?
And that starts super young. We're looking at stats from the ages of 8 to 14. You get this dismantling where you had these young girls who are doing well in school and feel so confident, and then it starts, there's cracks.
Something happens. It changes in you,
Right. It's absolutely true. And then with the social media pressure, like, why are girls good in math up until middle school? What happens at middle school? What is the social cultural conversation around them that says, wait a second, you can't do this? When we need to be saying, yes, you absolutely can do this, especially in a day and age of talent that's a global competition, and we need people who have these skills, and we are so capable, right? If you look at schools, right, girls are 60% of the college graduates now. So what happens between college and then getting into the workforce and leadership up here?
You know what's important, too? We were talking off camera about even us right now. We need to learn about our successes. We need to celebrate them as well. We need to learn to do that.
Without a doubt. I literally flew in from Orlando late last night, and I spent 2.5 hours with 80 business women in Orlando talking about our positive and impossible, which is what the Wowsdom is all about. Really, what we did here is we asked the question, what happens when you take the wow of girls and join it with the wisdom of women? And that's how you get Wowsdom. So it's also about intergenerational storytelling, right? I think about the richness in what my mother has lived, and I want to say, it's my mom. No, you want to say, no, it's my mom. And there's so many stories, right? This connection being saying, the world didn't start with me. I can learn from so many other people.
Do you know what mom spells upside down? Wow.
Oh my God!
That's what I'm saying, Jenny. Thank you so much for being a mentor to all of us with what you do and in this book. Make sure you pick it up, and thank you for being so generous, because we have 10 copies of Wowsdom to give away to you. For your chance to win, go to breakfasttelevision.ca and click on contest. We definitely all need a reminder. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much.
We'll be back with more BT.
Chapters.ca, by the way, I was supposed to say.
Chapters.ca.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. Or BT.